What is up guys, Fahan here, welcome back to another video. This video is actually in collaboration with Super 4 NC39 aka Ahmad. We have earlier reviewed his Honda CB190R in owner's review, and basically he wrote this write-up of the Yamaha RXZ, and I'm pretty thankful for his help for this. And we're gonna be collaborating more in future to come up with more of such videos. But in the meantime, do look up his Instagram at Super 4 NC39 over here and it's in the links in the description below for more write-ups and history of iconic motorcycles. To the casual eye, they may hate it for its loud, high-pitched exhaust notes. For bikers who know it, it's regarded as a legend and an icon with a huge cult following. Who knew that a simple, outdated two-stroke machine achieved such a status in the Southeast Asian motorcycling world? Throughout its 24-year production run, the RXZ was one of Yamaha's best-selling motorcycles. This is the story of the Yamaha RXZ. In 1985, two-stroke bikes were the thing. Emissions laws hadn't kicked in yet for most of the world, so most major manufacturers were producing high-powered two-strokes for the average rider. In Southeast Asia, where small displacement motorcycles of less than 200cc were popular, each manufacturer had an offering of around 125 to 150cc. From Honda, we had the MBX 125. While never as popular as the models from the other manufacturers, it did exist. It did, however, have a following in the UK. From Suzuki, we had the famous Suzuki Panther 150, as well as the lesser-known GT 200X5, which Ahmad only found out because his grandfather rode one. And of course, Yamaha offered its own two-stroke, which became another legend in its own right, the RX 115, also known as the RXK, the RXK Cobra, the RX King, among other things. Compared to Suzuki's and Honda's offerings, Yamaha's RXK was styled a little more conservatively. It looked more like a UJM, or Universal Japanese Motorcycle, of the 1970s, compared to the more sportier MBX and Panther. First, to compete against the other manufacturers, Yamaha released the first generation RXZ in 1985. 135cc was not a common displacement back in those days, and neither is it now, with only Yamaha producing the 135LC or Sniper, a 4-stroke underbone. More powerful than the 125, but lighter than the 150, the RXZ was a class of its own, and it quickly dominated the roads of Singapore and Malaysia. Part of the reason was undoubtedly its engine. The RXZ sported an air-cooled 135cc two-stroke single-cylinder engine that produced around 20 horsepower, capable of going above 130 in stock form and far beyond that. Once modified with a racing exhaust and a bigger carburetor, that engine punched way above its weight. This power, combined with its relative low price, it made it a very popular motorcycle for beginners and veteran riders alike. In 1989, the RXZ got its first major upgrade, the addition of a 6-gear and a front disc brake. 1993 saw the addition of a Yamaha Computerized Lubrication System, or YCLS. This component pretty much did what it said on the box, using a computer system to squirt enough lubricant in the engine to reduce the amount of lubricant wasted that the mechanical injector would have used. While this sounds rather advanced, the reality was that this system was quite sketchy, and the habit of premixing the gasoline with 2T oil continued even after its introduction. The 1993 onwards models were known as the Boss models, mainly due to Yamaha's advertising efforts. This generation also introduced the now iconic cover set with the enlarged bikini cowl. Up to today, new models of the RXZ are often converted by owners to this cover set, showing just how popular it is. The bike remained relatively unchanged, in addition of new graphics, meters, and brakes for quite a while. The next big change came in 2003, with the introduction of the RXZ Catalyzer series. This model change included the addition of a catalytic converter to comply with stricter emission laws. Besides that, the RXZ got a major makeover with a different cowl that has smaller headlights plus redesigned taillights, giving it a modern appearance. This model of the RXZ would be the last one to grace our streets. Tightening emissions laws eventually caught up with the RXZ. In 2011, production of the RXZ ended, marking the end of the bike's 25-year run. The bike continues to be sold at high prices in Malaysia, A new old-stock 2011 RXZ even got sold for as much as 100,000 ringgit, or 30,000 Singapore dollars. Prices in Singapore are not nearly as high, however, with one of the reasons being the NEA call of bikes registered before 2003. Those affected by the NEA rebate often go for less than 10,000 Singapore dollars. Singapore expects a full ban on these bikes by 2028, with owners having the option of converting their bikes to classic scheme if qualified. Though the years may be numbered in Singapore for the Yamaha RXZ due to its strict vehicle control laws, in neighbouring Malaysia, it gained a cult status and reputation among bike enthusiasts, thanks to the wide availability of aftermarket parts and accessories, with the ease of maintaining and tinkering by anyone with basic mechanical knowledge. Owners have kept the RXZ alive, with a strong culture backing it. Its small and powerful nature also made it a notorious street racer, with the RXZ being the icon of Malaysian street racing. In popular culture, it was featured prominently in the movie Rampage in 2006. The movie featured the stories of these street racers, both the good and bad parts. Initially known for its cheap but robust nature, with a powerful engine that could put high-power CC bikes to shame, the RXZ has enjoyed a legendary reputation and cult status among riders in both Singapore and Malaysia, despite being out of production since 2011.